Who is Nico Williams? Well, by the end of this video, my job is to make sure that you all know a bit more about him. So starting off with the player profile, Nico Williams is 22 years old. He stands at 5'11", almost 6 foot. His position is a winger, specifically a left winger, as he is right-footed. And obviously he plays for the national team, having a fantastic season at the Euros. In terms of his club, he plays at Athletic Bilbao. However, rumours are that he's looking to move to either Barcelona, Chelsea, but specifically Barcelona. It's been widely noted that he prefers Barcelona. However, the financial difficulties of Barcelona might make the deal not happen. Now, going down memory lane, just to give you an idea of who Nico Williams is as a personality. Nico Williams and his brother, Iñaki Williams, who's about 28 years old, both born and raised in Spain, despite being Ghanaian. And obviously, both of them joined Athletic Bilbao's youth team early on in their careers, and then worked their way into the senior team, where they now both play in the starting 11, which is it's fantastic, isn't it? But unlike his brother, Nico Williams plays for the national team. He started for Spain in the Euros. Obviously, Spain won the Euros, and he was a pivotal piece. I'm pretty sure he scored in the final. Like, he's a great player, and a lot of spotlight has been shown on him during these performances, and that's what makes him such a desired player right now from Barcelona, Chelsea. There are no lies when you say Nico Williams is a great player. This 22-year-old without a doubt has a lot of potential, and he could be a world-class player one day, without a doubt, easily. But look, if I haven't convinced you yet, maybe this will. I've gone ahead and compared Nico Williams' stats for club this season to Rodrigo's. Now, in front of you, you should be seeing a statistic comparison between Nico Williams at the age of 22 this season compared to Rodrigo last season when he was 22. Obviously, both in the Liga, both the same age, and both for big clubs. Now, starting off, as you can see, Nico Williams scored 5 goals compared to Rodrigo, who scored 9 goals. So we've seen Rodrigo almost double. That is great from Rodrigo. But when you go to assists, you see Nico Williams actually has a good edge on Rodrigo, having about 11 compared to Rodrigo's 7 or 8. So now that gives us an idea of how Nico Williams is more of a playmaker and Rodrigo is more of a scorer. But then you go to expected goals and you see, no, Rodrigo actually has a way higher XG, which he didn't perform to. And obviously that would have made him significantly better, but he failed to live up to that. So he has good movement, but his finishing may be a bit poor. Whereas Nico Williams, he barely underperformed his XG. Obviously, expected assists, he majorly overperformed. So obviously, we can take from that, he got a bit lucky with a few of those assists. Maybe they weren't deserved, or maybe Rodrigo deserved more assists. But regardless, this shows so far that Rodrigo is the better player, I'd say, so far. That is what it tells us. Obviously, successful dribbles, that changes the plot entirely. I mean, Nico Williams is a better dribbler. I mean, that's what the stats say, and key passes as well. Look, you got a slight edge to Nico Williams. So obviously now Nico Williams is gaining a bit of ground on Rodrigo, and then you go duels 1. Nico Williams wins more duels. Now, lastly, you have possession lost, which is by far the biggest difference between the two players. And as you can see, Rodrigo loses the ball significantly less, and I think that is where the weakness lies in Nico Williams' game. He loses the ball too much. It shows that he's working hard, he's active, he's always on the ball, he doesn't let his mistakes stop him. But you would prefer your player to make a bit less mistakes, lose the possession a bit less, so the game can flow a bit more. But I mean, look, big risk, big reward, and that's the type of style that Nico Williams plays. I mean, being a better playmaker than someone, obviously you're bound to lose the ball more than them as well. But overall, what this graph shows us is that the two players are very similar. I mean, both have a bit different edges to their game, which makes them better. But in terms of being players the same age, you can say that in terms of ability, they are similar. But look, one's Brazilian playing for Real Madrid and the other is playing for Athletic Bilbao. So obviously, Nico Williams, I think, is underrated, right? I mean, when Rodrigo was rated so highly, of course, I know the goals in the Champions League, the clutch moments, not every player has that X factor in them, but you have to say what this proves is that Nico Williams has a lot of potential, and he, in terms of a wonder kid, is similar to Rodrigo. Now, I think both of these players one day can become world class. Both of them. I mean, they're some of the best talents in Europe. But look, to conclude the video, I think Nico Williams is a fantastic player. The price tag of about 50 million, 55 million is, for me, very, very fair for him. The wages are a bit high, but any team that does manage to sign this player will have a good player on their hands. I can guarantee that. Now, in terms of what team he's going to, I'd say it's either Barcelona or Chelsea, or he stays. I don't see him going to Arsenal. The rumours haven't been that strong, but Chelsea are looking at the player very, very aggressively. They're waiting on talks with Barcelona to fail. Then they can perhaps swoop in and try to make a deal happen. But as it stands, Nico Williams has made it clear he wants Barcelona, nothing else. However, Barcelona do not have the financial, ability to make this deal happen right now. They're trying to sell players. They're trying to do a lot of things to get him. However, it's not working. So you must sit down and think, what is going to happen? Like, will Barcelona be able to scam their way into getting him? I don't know. Probably not. I don't think they're going to make it sell. But I think Chelsea has a chance to get him. But if it's not Barcelona or Chelsea, don't expect him to go anywhere this summer. I think he's going to stay with Athletic Bilbao. Obviously, look, hometown, his brother's there. I mean, he has no reason to really move. I'm sure he loves where he's staying. But if he could go to a big club like Chelsea or Barcelona, I think for the good of his career, he will make the move, just for the greatness of being a footballer. You guys let me know your thoughts on Nico Williams. Will he move clubs? How good of a player is he? Let me know exactly the thoughts that you're having. Also, if you learned anything about Nico Williams this video, please like and subscribe. And if there's any player you want me to look into, like I did with Nico Williams, drop them in the comments and I'll do that for you soon. Goodbye.